Good morning everybody, and after a night sleeping under the stars, we've got up for sunrise and we're hiking to where we were last night, which I believe is sort of the highest dune in the area, and yeah, offers the best vantage point I think. But yeah, so much cooler this morning, which is good. Yeah, it's rather knackering making your way up on the dune, but incredible place, so beautiful, so picturesque. So yeah, we're gonna make our way to the top and yeah, watch the sun come up and watch the beauty unfold, I think.
Getting up at this time was really amazing. The peace and quietness of the landscape was so surreal.
So we've made it to the top of the dune, and yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous up here. Yeah, I just love the shapes and the textures. Yeah, we've got here sort of nice and early, so we're just now watching the sun try and get above sort of the haze and the cloud. But yeah, I think we'll be up here for a little while, just capturing the moment.
This first image is probably one of my favourites from the whole trip. I got this shot just as the sun poked above the haze on the horizon, so I got that perfect balance between the cool morning shadow mixed with the warm light of the rising sun. I really like this one as well. I think it's a great example of how pristine the sand is and how it changes as the wind sweeps over.
And the sun is fully up, and yeah, it doesn't get much better than this. The whole place just totally transformed when the sun comes up. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. I've noticed here in Morocco the morning light is sort of, the atmosphere is cooler in a, you know, like a colour sense. So it's not quite as orange as it is in sunset, which kind of, yeah, makes sort of some of the shadows become really sort of purpley and blue, which is, yeah, it's obviously a nice contrast with the yellowy orange sand. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm just sort of focusing on really. But yeah, just trying to get those abstract shots.
As I mentioned earlier in the video, the whole landscape really does change quite dramatically as the sun rises. Compositions would just suddenly appear out of nowhere as the sun got higher in the sky. For another half an hour or so, I continued to walk around and see if I could find some more shots, until the heat got a little bit too much and we also got a little bit too hungry.
Oh yeah, so that's sunrise done. Sun is getting a bit high in the sky at the minute, and it's getting very hot, very quick. So yeah, we're going to go down to camp, have some breakfast. Food was really good last night, so looking forward to breakfast. And then I believe the plan is to do some camel trekking today, before then going to an Oasis where we can have a proper shower and things.
We then tucked into breakfast, enjoying the food and looking out on an amazing landscape. It was then time to embark on our camel trek.
Well, this is a first for me, vlogging on top of a camel. But yeah, this is great. This is really good fun. A little bit cooler actually if you get above the above the ground. But yeah, really cool. We're in tandem at the minute, so I've got the back. So I think we're doing a 40-minute loop on the camels, and yeah, sort of stopping off to take pictures. Didn't bring the camera with me, just because of the extra bulk. Just thought it'd be better to just video it. Yeah, these camels certainly walk over the sand a lot better and a lot easier than I do. I just love looking at the shadows of the camels as well. It's just such a iconic sight of the desert. Back from our camel trip. That was really good fun, really good fun. And I suppose for me the important thing was that the camels are sort of well looked after, and they're not, you know, ridden too much in the day, you know, just to make it a bit sort of fairer for them. We're the only people in the camp at the minute. There's a couple arriving later today, so there's, you know, that'll pretty much be the only ride for those camels, which I think is good. They seem well looked after here. So I think the plan is now we're going to go to what they call the Oasis, which will be a bit cooler in the midday sun, and allow us to have a proper shower and have a drink and stuff like that. So that's the plan for today. But yeah, really good morning. Got up for sunrise, got to the highest dune in the area, and then had a camel trek. So yeah, not your average morning, that's for sure.
En route, we stopped off at an old and now abandoned settlement. Apparently the village moved on some 10 years ago as the water dried up from a nearby well. We both were just quite amazed how anyone could live in this area, as it was so remote.
And so I've just had a shower at the Oasis, and yeah, we've just been here for most of the day, just sheltering from the sun, just trying to stay cool. So quite a relaxing day. So what I thought I'd do is just give you a little tour of where we are right now.
As we approached the end of the day, we travelled back to the camp. We did go back to the dunes that evening to catch the sunset. I didn't film anything for that and only took a few images. Instead, we just enjoyed a relaxing evening. This trip was my first time photographing a desert landscape, and if you asked me a few years ago, it probably wouldn't be somewhere that high up on the list. But in the last couple of years, I like to think my eye for a good photo has improved somewhat, which has then motivated me to seek out those more challenging landscapes where a composition isn't necessarily that apparent. I like to think I learned a little bit more about my own photography on this trip. And that wraps up this video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.